Beautiful fall Saturday in Charlottesville, Virginia. I never know what fall looked like until now. Really, my eyes are wide open to it. And I also get to watch a lot of NBA. My pod, which we've been rehearsing for all week, is not just going to be football. It's also going to be basketball and other sports. Obviously, baseball watcher here, esteemed baseball watcher. But I have a friend named Ryen Russillo who knows the NBA very well. We also do a pod on The Ringer on Mondays. He will be joining me. He was kind enough to join me during my rehearsal. And I enjoyed the conversation, so we're going to post it. We talk about the Western Conference. We talk about how bad he is at helping me draft my fantasy team. He will handle those criticisms and more. Whew, well, that's enough football.
Hey. Welcome, Clipper fans, to the game tonight. It's going to be a great season. We're going to work hard every night, and let's get it going.
Yeah, this Kawhi video, it's epic. I mean, that makes the cut for shit I saw. I'm starting to think Steve Ballmer has like stock in Tesla, and they're trying out maybe like a robot prototype in Kawhi. The Terminator. I'm late to the party. The Terminator commercial. I know it's a bit now, but like, think about it. Maybe Elon sent him to LA so he didn't have to buy League Pass this year, and he just watch all the Clippers games on TV. Like, oh shit, he's covering the mic. We got to adjust the prototype. Like, look at him. He looks so unnatural here, pumping up the crowd. Let's send him to a supper club, get bottle service. Let's see what he does. How does the prototype respond? I want to bring in one guy that would know a lot about Kawhi. We've talked about Kawhi a lot in the offseason. My dear friend Ryen Russillo, who you can catch us on Mondays on the Ryen Russillo Show. And he is cordial enough to let me join him, and it has made me much better at what I'm doing right now. I've learned a lot from him. He's my good friend. He's like a mentor now. He's like a big brother. Ryen Russillo, expert on the NBA. What do you think about Kawhi in LA? Is he going to be able to like fit in and kind of be off brand a little bit?
I don't think it matters. Like, if you're the best player in the league, like, does any of that stuff matter? And that's what I think. I think that's what we're seeing with him now. I really do think that with Durant being hurt, where LeBron is at right now, the Harden, Westbrook, Curry, all these are different arguments. I mean, what Kawhi's been able to do, and if he were to do this again with another team in a first year, because the Clippers, on paper we knew they were going to be good. Watching these two games, I'm not going to make a ton out of the Warriors thing, and I'm not going to freak out about it. But there's a very good chance this is the best team in the league again. So as far as like his personality and all those things fitting in, I don't know what city he would make it. Like Lincoln, Nebraska might be a better fit for his personality than Los Angeles.
Yeah, exactly. Oklahoma City.
Right. Like, what do we really know about his personality that we're able to say, like, oh, this is where he's this good fit? So, yeah, of course, he's going to have these different opportunities. That Terminator ad was tough.
I thought it was great.
Oh, you liked it. Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
Oh, I loved it. Anything with Kawhi acting like a robot, like he's embraced this bit now, like he did the laugh at the parade. I just think it's hilarious, bro. I mean, I think he's self-aware enough. I don't know what happened to him because I went back and looked some of the like San Diego State footage, and he was way more like open. Do you think guys get like burnt by untrustworthy figures, some clandestine, actors in the NBA, and they're like, I'm going to shut the door on my personality?
I'm actually first. Well, now I have a theory, and we can talk about that based on the question you're asking about guys shutting down their personality. But you went back and watched his interviews and stuff at San Diego State?
Yeah, I went back and watched some of his San Diego stuff because I'm really I want to do like a personality piece on Kawhi. He's the most interesting person to me. I mean, like, he's so good at closing the door and keeping it closed. Like, I'm the opposite. Like, I'm an open book. And this dude is a mystery. And as an athlete, you see both sides of it. I wonder what happened between San Diego State. Trust me, he was much more open in his old San Diego State clips on YouTube.
So the San Diego State guys, like the story goes that when they had given him his offer, they didn't know if he was showing up. Like, it was the day before the first practice, and they were like, where is this guy? Like, is he showing up? And like the guy that had like hooked the deal up was like, yeah, don't worry, he'll be there. They're like, does he want to talk to anybody? And they're like, no. He has to move in and be at practice. He'll be like, yeah, don't worry about it. He's gonna be fine.
It's probably not a lot.
Deal.
There's not a lot of stuff in his room, probably. So he probably didn't have a lot to move in. I mean, his room's probably very neat.
He was probably one of those guys who's like, I bet the other guy will have a better CD collection, so I'm gonna bring mine.
I don't need to bring my CDs. What do you think Kawhi listens to?
Jodeci.
For sure. For
All the
sure,
time.
Jodeci. What about on the other side of LA with the franchise that maintains it is the class of LA? A lot of flashy stuff going on there, but they seem juxtaposed to the grittiness of the Clippers. I mean, I'm watching the game the other night. I don't know as much as you, but they're posting Anthony Davis up, 18 times. It's like, is this how they're going to play? Who's going to be first fiddle, second fiddle?
So this is a Lakers town. Anybody that would argue it, and I don't care. I don't have a pick in this whole thing. But it is a Lakers town. Okay, the obsession with the Lakers is every single day. Talk radio, people that you run into. So this Clipper story is great. The Clippers, I think, are the better team. We'll see what happens here because I'm not sure either the Lakers or Clippers are really going to care a ton about seeding. So I thought that maybe Denver or even Utah or Houston could end up having higher seeds in both these LA teams. But as far as like the team that I think is built the best to win this whole thing, it does feel like the Clippers. So when LeBron's pitch was to Kawhi to get him here, it was, hey, if you're going to play in LA, you play with the Lakers. You don't play with the Clippers.
Right.
And Kawhi was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm good.
That's beautiful.
Because it was really weird. A year ago, when it was this thing where Kawhi was potentially coming here in a trade, and it depends on who you want to believe. Like, if Brandon Ingram had been included, does that mean that Popovich then would have sent him? Because, I mean, Popovich and these guys were upset because they're like, look, we feel like Kawhi shut it down, so we don't necessarily want to do him any favors, and then also put him with the Lakers on top of everything else in the West. But I don't know that Kawhi, like, as you ask, and we sit here and always try to figure this guy out, and I'm like, I don't know that I can figure it out. I don't think he was down with, yeah, okay, I'll go hook up with LeBron and do one of those deals where I have to defer to you all the time. Like, I don't think he was going to do that. So it does seem absurd to think that somebody else could be the biggest star, but Kawhi's team might be better. Kawhi's probably the better player between the two right now. And I don't know if that means that Kawhi becomes this billboard matinee, like, rock star the way LeBron is, because it just still seems impossible. But when it comes to just the basketball stuff, like, I'd expect, however you look at it right now, you feel better about the Clippers situation.
Yeah, he seems like sort of the alpha type guy. He's not going to be impressed with the LeBron thing. Like, some guys are going to be like, yeah, well, I'd love to go there. This is L.A. It's the Lakers. Staples Center, all that jazz. He seems like he's unimpressed generally. So this makes sense to him to be on that dark horse team, the grittier team, which, by the way, Pat Beverly is one of my favorite players in the NBA. I love watching him play. He's worth the price of admission alone. You add Kawhi to that group, it's really going to be entertaining. When you head up north in Cali and you look at Golden State, I know you watched that game. Is this reality for them this year? Is this just going to be a sobering process for them?
I wanted to see it, a big visual guy when it comes to these teams sometimes, where I go, okay, I know what I can look at on paper and expect and wins and all these different metrics. And then you watch it and you go, there's like 4 guys playing on this team that wouldn't have been in the rotation. Now, it is the first game. They played, again, maybe the best team in the Clippers. It got really ugly there at times. And between Russell and Curry, we know those guys are still going to get points. But, Marquise Chris was out there. Amari Spellman was out there. Pascal was out there for 30 minutes. Glenn Robinson the third.
I call him Trey. I just call him Trey. Yeah.
Trey G.
Yeah.
That's, when I looked at the box score, and granted it was a blowout, but it was that kind of thing where you're going, there's a lot of guys here getting minutes that would have never gotten minutes on the last 5 versions of this team. And that is sobering. And it is a thing where, there's 6 locks in the West, Chris. And then I think there's an argument to be made for 5 more teams, which gives us 11. And Golden State's in that group. I don't know. I picked them on the under, but I'm not going to be shocked if they're the 7 or 8 seed.
Right.
But they don't have any depth, and they don't have any big guys. All the big guys they have aren't even healthy. So
right.
Except for Looney and playing Chris a little bit there. So.
Well, some of these names, as you mentioned, some of the less heralded names and the drop-off from their heyday, which felt like, the offseason feels so short, and they're in the finals, even through all the ups and downs last year. Kind of reminds me of my fantasy basketball team. And by the way, I have Russell. And for anybody out there that doesn't know, me and Russillo kind of helps me draft my team every year, and he's better at real basketball than fantasy basketball. What happened the other night?
Look. So what pick did you have? Let's set up the parameters.
Let's set
here.
the table.
You had the last pick.
I had the 10th pick in a group of 12. I took Lillard, who I love. I love Damian Lillard, one of the best personalities in the NBA. I enjoy watching the Blazers. It gives me a reason to stay up late at night and watch some hoops. Then my pick came back around immediately, and I'm in panic mode because I'm trying to, feed the kids dinner, look busy around the house. But the clock's ticking, and here's Zion, as I was reminded. I can't say Zion, right? It's like how I mispronounce Javal. I was reminded it's JaVale.
With Javal McGee.
Okay, we're just gonna run with it. So Zion's sitting there, and I'm like, this is tempting, and you're like, yeah, do it, bro. Isn't that how it went down?
Pretty much, yeah. So, but everybody else that was still on the board, because Siakam was still on the board, right? Or did he go in between your first and second pick?
Siakam was on the board. Could have had him at 2, and he played well. The internet tells me he played well the other night. Yeah,
he wasn't terrible. He had like 1 million points.
Oh,
so I look at it as like, okay, what gives you the best chance? Like, because once you kind of get outside of those picks there, that's why I thought Lillard was a good pick at 10, is you just go, well, what's the argument here? Like, we know he's going to get you buckets. He's going to give you numbers. He's going to play the whole season. I don't think you have to worry about stuff with him like you have to worry about stuff with other guys. And so the Zion thing, I thought, like, okay, superstar abilities here, just go for it. What's the point of steady? Pick 2 or 3 when you're trying to win this thing. So it has to be all upside. And then I got your wife chirping me in the background being like, you guys haven't been real good together doing this. And I was like, oh. So as soon as Zion got hurt, I was like, don't tell Meg.
I haven't told Megan. Meg has 2 young kids. She doesn't watch SportsCenter. She doesn't spend any time on Twitter, which makes her she's an angel for that. I mean, she's guarded from all the bullshit in the world, including a headline like that she makes fun of me about gambling. She makes fun of me about my fantasy basketball team. By the way, I haven't been to the playoffs in the league. It's like in years. I've been in this league with my old Rams buddies and some of the coaches and people I play with. And it's like a running joke. It's like, Chris, like, you draft a guy, he's going on IR. I'm starting to think it's a curse. How long is Zion going to be out?
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, but you're an insider. Give me something like 3 or 4 weeks, maybe. Just give me something. Give me some hope. I appreciate you. I appreciate you joining me, bro. I will see you on Monday to talk the NFL. We switch gears here for a second, but really informative for me trying to pick up on the NBA beyond being a Knicks fan. Sometimes when you're a Knicks fan, you go into hibernation for a while. And I feel like I've been in hibernation for some years now. I'm picking it back up, enjoying it, and helps a lot to have a guy like this bringing me along on the media side and teaching me about the NBA. Not just casual fan shit, next level, next gen stats and analytics from my dog, Ryen Russillo.
Yeah, and another tip, quicker goodbyes.
Yeah, see you later. Fuck off. So basically, if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, all that stuff you do on YouTube, please do that. And that's going to be more where that came from when Green Light comes out in its entirety in the near future. With me, your host, Chris Long. Thanks for watching.